Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. There's lots of content to be shown because this around the verse was 55 minutes long or so. And it was about the Frankfurt Studio update, so let's get straight into it. We'll be talking about the Hurricane, we'll be talking about the character customization, which will be in Star Citizen, and we'll also be talking about the layering system for clothing and armoring and that sort of stuff. So let's get straight into it. The team is now 67 strong, made up of 14 nationalities. The tech art team worked on a tool to allow cinematic and gameplay animators to render previews of the war quickly within Maya. That is basically the thing you just saw. Cinematic team has been focused on telling the story of Squadron 42 and collaborating with multiple disciplines to get the look and feel they want. Also what you see right now, which looks incredible if you ask me. Also, system designers have been working on allowing AI to interact with usables intelligently, work on standardizing the Squadron 42 main cast, subsumption behavior, and perfecting one's 24/7 life cycle to use the rest of the cast. So that basically is very cool. Also, the weapon arts team is doing the final polish pass on the Bearing and Cloud and Werner weapons, which we're seeing right now, which is actually the double barreled ballistic shotguns from Kestic Arms, which they are finishing up right now. Ship weapon team has been finalizing the pipeline for the new modular and upgradable system for future ship and weapons. As you can see right now, there's basically level 1, level 2 and level 3, and it looks really insane. Also, they are working on a briefing system, so life support in your life shoot, which they are showing right now. It is in the very early stages, and they are still working on it, but it looks promising so far. Also, what they are working on right now is the modular systems, the modular buildings, which they will place on all the landing zones and stuff. And this is basically what they have. They have like hydroponics, mining, and the storage, which will be the first three things which you can do in those small or big buildings, whatever they do with it. And this is pretty much all they had to show for it, because they didn't want to spoil too much of the fun. Also, they have been working more and more on the lightning systems for the Planetary Tech, of course. As you can see right now, they basically just have all those different kinds of lightning. This is the first work in progress for the cloud layering system in Star Citizen. As you can see right now, the clouds look pretty flat. They're still working on the solution to have volumetric clouds, and they're still figuring out what proper tech is there to work with them. Also, they are working on the Galactic Maker, or whatever they call it. I'm not entirely sure anymore. But this basically allows them to just create the galaxy, just create the universe. So, for example, we have the Stanton system right here, which should be there in 3.0. And we got another moon right here. And some other moons right here, which really looks outstanding. I can't wait to land over there and check it out myself. Here is the ice planet, and yeah, it just looks incredible. I think anyone can agree with me that this is really making your science fiction heart pump really loudly and fast, because this is just looking insane. Just imagine how it is there with friends, and to explore the planet, maybe excavate some mining facilities or whatever you want to do. So here we'll be checking out the Hurricane. The Hurricane is actually a very cool ship. It's like a glass shooter, so it's very fast, and it can hit very hard in a very small window of time. So it has a lot of burst damage, and it can prey for its enemy. And it's basically the answer on the dropship, which is which was a very big problem in the Tavarian War. So the Tavarian had those drop ships, which were pretty good armored and had very nice shields. And then they had to enter with the Hurricane, which actually was bursting through the shields, which was basically flying behind them because it was super fast, and then just burning them down before they could, well, drop the troops. And as you can see right now, it is obviously shaped from the Anvil Hornet, which is a pretty cool ship, but they basically just reshaped it into it was the Anvil Hurricane, which actually shows how cool it is that the designers can do this. Like, they have the ship, they just modify it a bit, and they have a new ship. So that basically shows to me that their pipeline for ship creation is really top notch at this moment, and it's really incredible. And as you can see right now, they are creating ships pretty fast, and that is pretty cool because they can give us very good estimates when a new ship will arrive and when it will be in the game. So that's actually what we're seeing right now. And as you can see, he just creates a turret right there, and he can supersize it, he can make it well, smaller, and he can just very easily modify the ship. But you can actually see the pipeline is very efficient because, for example, the Caterpillar is already done, the X-85 is already done. Ships which were actually scheduled for 3.0, and 3.0 was actually scheduled at the start of 2017. So yeah, the ship pipeline is on the line, the patches are obviously not. So here we got the ship customization, which they will be working on as well. I think they're creating some tweaks to actually make the customization a little bit more easy, but this is even more cool, I think, because from ship customization we go to character customization, and character customization is of course a very important thing in an MMO aspect of the game, because you don't want to have any character look the same, especially with the Star Citizen fan base, which is pretty much 1.5 million plus people right now. And you want to have a lot of variety, so you can actually just recognize your friend very easily. And well, of course, a lot of people like the customization, so that's pretty cool. It's really a sophisticated system. You can just do the clothing you like. Also, if you have a vest, they think about how they optimize this kind of character customization, and that's really important, because if you have clothing over clothing over clothing, you will not have to render the clothing underneath. So for example, if I'm wearing a very heavy armored suit, I won't have to render the small t-shirt I have behind that, because that's not important. You will not be able to see that in any way, so that's simply not important. So when you cut that, which they call the layered system or the zoning system, then it saves you a lot of GPU RAM, for example, and it will make the game perform a lot better, which is of course interesting because Star Citizen is a very heavy game, and it's important that they keep the footprint as low as they possibly can. And now we will be talking a little bit about the customization of the weapons, in effect with the layering system, and of course there's a lot of item 2.0 stuff here as well. As you can see, you can basically just do anything with your armor right here. Do whatever you like. I'm not sure if they limit anything like, oh, we don't want to have it too much out of character. I don't think they actually will do that, because of course everything will have its drawbacks. If you put like too much armor on or whatever, or you put a yellow armor on a pink armor, you will obviously be very much identified very easily by the enemy or by a friendly. Has its pro and cons, of course, but as you can see, you can basically adjust anything right here, from the scopes or your weapon. Here's, by the way, the layering system. This is the incorrect method, so lots of clothing underneath are basically clipping to the vest, and here you can see it done properly, which looks a lot better, of course. And as you can see, the details are really amazing right here. So you can basically do anything with the layering system. The customizations are really endless. You can change the scopes, you can change your gloves, you can change your shoes, you can even change a directional, I think. So for example, you can have a bracelet on your left arm and no bracelet on your right arm. So it's very interesting, and I haven't seen it too much before in any other game, like a really sophisticated method to actually customize your character without without sacrificing a lot of potential. For example, what the developers told in the Around the Verse is, when you take a vest in another game, it will always switch your base shirt as well. So for example, you have a black t-shirt on you, and you take a vest, and then it switches for a white t-shirt because it changed the full thing. But with a layered system, you can basically have a t-shirt of your organization. For example, I don't know, take my organization, Shabu. So there's a Shabu sign on my t-shirt, and I take a vest on it, and it won't disappear. So that's really cool. That really allows people to customize their appearance, and of course be identifiable for your friends or for enemies or for whatever you want. So here you can see the characters walking. They're basically showing off the clothing system, so it really is realistic. And here, this is the most awesome stuff. They basically show all these customization options. Really cool, really nice scene, very well done. And now we'll be talking about the character animations a little bit. So as you can see, character customization, it is actually what it's called. So as you can see, this is really endless, because there are so many varieties which need to be integrated into game. You want everyone to look different and really look, hopefully, like yourself. And which they also told, like, you can make a character, but it also has to act real. So if it talks, it has to have real expressions, and that's actually what they achieved. They achieved to have this character customization right now, and also achieve real emotions, which is, well, you can also call them procedurally generated, but they're really there. So very cool, very well done. I can't wait to use it in game. So this was pretty much the end of this Around the Verse recap already. I hope you liked it. I also did some more opinionized things by me, because I like to do that. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more, on the left you can see the Around the Verse recap from last week, and on the right you can see the CitizenCon demo, which we're all looking forward to play in the game. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.